We talked a lot about, your Chili Bowl performance, making the A-Main. This is the car. I mean, this is the car that Frank Flood drove to the A-Main of the Chili Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about it. How did this all, I guess, come together?
Actually, we built this car last year, and Chase Stockton drove it. And Chase did a good job. It was a new car when he got in it. It wasn't real lined out. I mean, I don't feel like I probably gave Chase the opportunity he deserved. So we had Jonathan Beeson drove it last year a little bit, and we kind of got it ironed out a little bit, got a little happier with it. And then obviously Frank knows the feel that he wants, you know. Yeah. So got Frank in the car at DeCoin. Well, first Chase, I told Chase it was his ride again if he wanted to do it. Well, he ended up having something coming up, so it wouldn't work for him. So then I called Mike Scher, SBS Suspensions out of Missouri. He does all my shock stuff, and Mike and I were chatting about it, and he goes, "How about Frank?" I'm like, "I'm into that." I said, "Frank's a heck of a racer." And so I'm like, "If you can, get me his number." So in the meantime, Jonathan Beeson and I are really good friends, and I called him, and he said the same thing. "How about Frank?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me and Mike actually talked about it." So gave Frank a call, and he was he's like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go." And I said, "Well, let's do DeCoin. Give it a shakedown." Went to DeCoin and we fought all kinds of stuff. We couldn't get the brakes to work. We just tried to get him comfortable, and it's way different than a micro, which he is the man in a micro, so to take him in something with a lot more power, a lot more weight, everything, got to give him time to figure it out. And then we had to get things ironed out with the brakes and ironed out with the car a little bit. And then got to the Chili Bowl and we fought a couple little things yet. For the most part, they went pretty seamless. And I feel like he found his rhythm a little bit, and believe it or not, I don't know that he ever got 100% even comfortable making the show, but we went to ran Creek County and Port City here a couple weeks ago, and by the end of that trip, he's calling me when we're going racing again.
Sure, yeah.
So I think he's getting his confidence, believing in himself, because I know he can do it. We've all seen him do it. Anybody that's ever watched that man race a micro, he can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, good racers are just good racers. So I'm really looking forward to year 2, with him there, and year 1 we're going to try to hit a few more races. Like I said, we're going to, if it works, he even offered that he would come up to Thunderhill too. So if we can make it work, might try to get him up there for a storm race or 2, depending upon, he's got a very busy schedule. So it's just getting everything balanced with everybody on that end of it. But, I've been so fortunate to work with so many good racers that have really helped us get this better. Like, Chad Baseplug, he's great, not only sprint car racer, and I mean, he don't think so, but he's good in one of these cars too. And working with him, we learned so much. And then Chase, and learn from Chase. And the more you work with people, the more, the better and better and better your program gets, because you just get a better understanding of everything, and you get everything ironed out just a little better. And it's amazing how actually fairly similar a lot of these guys really are with setup, the way they want to feel things. And the other thing too is, horsepower never hurts. So I've been loyal to S-Slinger. I'm going to stay loyal to S-Slinger. Brian at S-Slinger has been really good to me, and I've returned the favor. But their new BB7 motors, like with this car, and then actually the car that it's not here right now, it's in Oklahoma yet. Jonathan Beeson's going to go to another race with it that I don't think I can go to, so we left that car with him. These new S-Slinger motors they're riot. They really run well. I mean, and their older stuff too is very, very good. Like the car that TJ Smith made the B with, that had an RSI in it, which is kind of their a little bit older rendition of a motor, but they still are a very good running motor, which is actually, like if you see this one with the gold valve cover, is kind of the tell. It's not, but sure. That's the new billet. That's the BB7 stuff. And then like in this car, which is actually, this is going to be one of our rental cars that we're going to have available for the summer. This has got an RSI, and it's a very good running motor, and they're very reliable. They're very easy to drive. We've worked really hard to make our package really user friendly for anybody that comes, in. So that this car actually it's a triple X that we built new a couple years ago. Actually, I built it new for myself. I raced this car a couple years, and then we've kind of progressed on, and now it's turned into kind of one of our lease cars. But it's a very, very nice car, and it's a very, very capable car. Yeah, so this one, notice, no name on the nameplate, right? No names.
This is the one, I mean, like, if you're watching and you want to race a midget car at Thunder Hill, this largely would be what you have.
This would be what would be available, there's no question. And then depending on what else is, we have a couple other cars too that could possibly be available, depending on. But actually, we've got, like I said, a couple seats filled already.
Yep.
Which I'm really excited about. I think these guys are going to have a lot of fun getting outdoor and getting on a track that's the right size track and being able to move around, because I mean it's such a nice 2-lane track. A lot, from watching video and stuff. I mean, it looks like if you're patient, the bottom's good, and you can really rail the cushion.
Guardrail.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the guardrail, and
Absolutely.
as the kids say, rip the lip, right, guys?
Yeah.
So.
No, I love it. We talked a lot about your midget program. You've got micros coming too. Is that something that you're thinking for this summer yet?
I'm hoping obviously by the early Storm Series races, I don't think we'll be ready. The plan is to let my son run the first one that comes in, because you don't just run into something and start it and feel like you're on the top here. So I want to work with the car a little bit. So we're going to put him in the car. Probably going to run him up there a little bit and get going with that. But we're planning on doing it with hyper chassis. I got a couple really well. Frank is a F&M Performance, and Johnny Boland Performance out of Texas. I've got to be really good friends with those guys, and they are masters of what they do. I mean, they're so good with those cars, and so lucky to have them in our corner that we felt it was a no-brainer to go with the hypercar. They're just a really, really good race car. You're going into it in the right realm, and we're still kind of working on the engine side of it. Don't know which direction we're going to go there, but we've got a couple of really good connections and good ideas of where we're going to go with that. And so the pieces are coming together. The first car is supposed to be shipping here the next week or two, so get that in, get it built, get it going, and then as we progress through the summer, hopefully get the next one coming, get it going. That one will probably move into the lease program, and then, like I said, by the shootout, I'd like to have 3 built is my goal, because I want to I got an infatuation with one of them gold little guys, so I think we're probably my son Regan will probably get to run one there, and then we'll probably put Jonathan Beeson in a car there too, and then hopefully possibly have a car for lease there too, depending on how it goes, which that's not set in stone yet, but that's you got to set goals for your program. So that's where our goal is right now, is to be able to grow that much within the year, I'm hoping, and just keep progressing with everything.
Now, so this back here, this isn't for lease by any means, but you're selling frames too for go-karts?
Oh, just a little bit. Like this is a Phantom that we've had that the kids ran. We've been selling some Millennium go-kart stuff. Just got to know JT Stillwagon, really enjoy him. So one of his carts, actually, those 2 carts over there in the corner on the other side, they're both Millennium carts. They're both the kids' carts. So that one here, actually, the gentleman's it's sold. That one, the gentleman hopefully is supposed to come pick it up yet today. So no, we're going to progress into those carts, and then, like I said, I don't know how much.
I think off of my son's go-kart, we have a great GoPro video of this getting turned sideways and us running right into it. And you can see Rosys Raceland perfect on the wing. But again, you got so many different kinds of race cars here. We're still putting stuff together over here as well, getting ready for the season. How much time do you devote to the midget cars, and how much time do you devote to putting together a sprint car?
Oh, it all takes time, and it's all got to be done right.
Yeah.
Like this car actually here is a XXX frame for a customer. That one's heading up to North Dakota. So we're going to try to actually, hopefully by this time in a week, he should be coming to pick it up. So no, it don't take long to put one together, and like I said, but we take our time, we do it right. Hopefully when he comes, he's very happy with what he's getting, and I enjoy doing it. Very much enjoy putting cars together, making them nice, making it where when the guy comes in, he gets wowed a little bit. That's kind of something that we're pretty proud of. And then actually the white car here, that's a new Maxim. That's going to be my personal car.
So you're not done yet?
Not yet. I don't know how. I had a car, and then I sold a car, and then I said to my wife I wanted to race one more year where the kids remember it, because one of my best memories of growing up was my dad racing.
Yeah.
And I know they get to race a lot, and they're seeing all this, and they're getting to be like, my son Regan, he loves being around all these drivers and all these guys that are professionals now, and getting to meet all these people. He gets a pretty good kick out of that, but now it's still fun to see dad race, I think.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it yet this year, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah,
but that time, I think everything else is growing too much that we're gonna just finally have to put that to bed and just do the leasing stuff and the kids and stuff.
So, my good friend Sean Neested, talking to him earlier today, I think it's 39 360 wins, 7 410 wins, and a micro win at Huset's. Who's most likely to get the next win at Huset's? Is it Jody Rosenboom in that car over there, or is it somebody that you hired or leased a car to?
I don't know. I guess that'll be.
Or is it your young son sitting in the chair over next to us?
That'd be pretty neat. But he's got, he's only 9, so he's got a little bit. He's got time. No, I don't know. I hope to get Andy at least a couple wins this year, and I think he's there.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time. So that's my key focus right now. I mean, me getting to go out and have a little fun is, it'll be fun. But I mostly, Rock Rapids is home. They got a 410 show, 360 show. I want to race at home, represent the people that have been with me for so long. We got Frontier Bank back on with Miami, and then actually they helped with the kids. And, the folks at Frontier Bank have been with me for 20 years. I mean, they've been so good to me for over the years. So it was just kind of another way to have another year with the people that you love to represent and love to support. And I just want to go have some fun yet too, so that's my way of getting to do that. And I want to race here in town. I want to support Rapid Speedway. So best way I know to do it is put a car together, and obviously Huset's, I'd like to race there once or twice more, and then just a couple. Like I said to the kids and my wife, if I race 8 to 10 times through the year myself, that would be plenty. I would be very content with that. And you never know. I've already had people messaging me about, would you lease a sprint car? And I guess I don't know why I wouldn't. I've never thought about it, so who knows? Maybe this will turn into the next phase of that. The sky's the limit. I mean, you never know what'll come, but that's always something that's in the back of your mind too.
Sure, absolutely.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.